Hey everybody, today I'm gonna show you my first attempt at making pizza with a high hydration dough, which is normally more difficult. You also see some of the mistakes I made and how not to do them yourself. But in the end, I still got pretty good pizza. So with that being said, let's get started. So first of all, to a mixing bowl, you're gonna add 625 grams of flour, followed by 2 grams of yeast and 18 grams of salt. Because we are doing a long cold fermentation, we don't need a lot of yeast. Then mix everything to combine, add 440 grams of water and 30 grams of extra virgin olive oil. The oil helps the pizza to maintain its moisture during baking, but if you're baking your pizza in a wood-fire oven, you can feel free to skip the oil. So now just mix everything until it comes together as a shaggy dough. Then you want to flour your work surface, your hands and your dough and knead it for about 2 to 3 minutes. By kneading the dough, you're creating a gluten structure that will make the dough soft and stretchy. And because it's a high hydration dough, if you are feeling it difficult to knead or to work with, add a little bit more flour to your hands or at the top of the dough and your work surface and keep kneading. Don't add it too much because we don't want to dry out the dough. Then put the dough back into your bowl, cover it with plastic wrap or a towel, and let it rest on your countertop for about 24 hours. This will develop great flavor to our pizza, and at this stage you can already smell the alcohol from the fermentation. It smells just amazing. So next up, you want to flour your work surface again, and don't flour your hands. Use some oil or some water to remove the dough. It will be easier because it's a high hydration dough and it's very wet. Then with your hands, just try to form it into a rough rectangle, something you could cut into equal pieces. Then grab some little containers. You could totally do bowls with plastic wrap, that's totally fine. Oil all of them for easier removal. Try to shape your doughs into little balls and transfer them to your containers. After you have all your containers with all your dough, you're gonna transfer them to the fridge and let them cold ferment from 48 hours up until 96 hours, so that's from 2 to 4 days. That will get amazing flavor and texture to your pizza dough, so take your time and let them do their thing. So pizza night has come, and I'm gonna show you a simple tomato sauce that you can make. So grab some plum tomatoes. It doesn't matter if they have little black spots on them. When we peel them, that will come off. So now with a knife, we wanna make a cross on the bottoms, not cutting deeply, just the skin, and not going all the way down. Then just heat up a pot of water up to a simmer and drop them in for about 30 seconds. And if you want, you can chop up some garlic to add later when we cook the sauce. After 30 seconds, remove your tomatoes from the water and you see how easy it is to peel off the skin. If you have a lot of tomatoes, you can drop them in a bowl of ice water, just so they don't carry on cooking a lot. Do that for all your tomatoes, and the tomato peel, you don't need to throw it away. All vegetable trimmings and scraps, you can put it on a freezer bag and use them when you're gonna make stock. Alright, so now in a small pot you can put some oil and sweat off your garlic, give it some color, and then dump all your tomatoes in there. But if you want your sauce to have more of a tomatoey raw flavor, don't cook it, just blend it all up and it will be ready. In any case, just season with a pinch of salt, a bit of black pepper, and some oregano. I would put some basil in there, but I didn't have any, but if you have it, feel free to use it. Then just cover it and cook it for about 15 to 20 minutes. And I'm gonna do 2 different toppings, a smoked sausage and a broccoli with garlic. I know what you may be thinking, like broccoli on pizza, but trust me, it's really good. For the sausage, just slice how thin or how thick you like it. And for the broccoli, you just want to cut off the stems and chop it into bite-sized medium pieces. Half a broccoli should be enough for 2 small pizzas. And in the meantime, don't forget to give a little stir to your tomato sauce. Then get a few cloves of garlic. Here I'm just going for 2 medium ones. And then you just want to slice them thinly. Then you're going to take a pan, put it on low heat, and melt about 1.5 to 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. You can let your butter get a little brown, that's just flavor. And then add your broccoli. Then just saute a little bit so every broccoli is coated with the butter. If you're not confident doing that, that's okay, use a spatula. Then add your garlic. And for the broccoli to get a little soft, I like to put a lid on it. That creates a little steam and speeds up the process. Then you're gonna add a pinch of salt. And by that time your tomato sauce should be ready. You can let it cool and use it like that, but I like to blend it and get it extra smooth. But that's totally up to you. Then let it cool until you're ready to use it. Now let's grate some cheese. Here I'm just using some low moisture Cloves milk mozzarella. You want to use something that will melt nicely, So soft cheeses are your best bet here. Just avoid the blue cheeses and hard cheeses in general. Now it comes the part that I made a huge mistake. I had a lot of difficulty rolling out my dough, making it a good circle. That's because I didn't let my dough relax from the fridge some hours before. It was very cold when I tried to do it. The gluten was too stiff and it was just shrinking back every time I tried to open it. So my tip to you is take your dough out from the fridge some hours before, maybe 3 to 4 hours, so it gets to room temperature before you try to use it. So I let my dough relax on my countertop for about 1.5 to 2 hours, and that made a big difference. The dough was very easy to use, it was not shrinking back as it was before, and I still have to work on my pizza game to open the dough, but even not getting it as thin as I would like, I still got pretty good results, as you'll see. So now it's assembly time. Lay down a few tablespoons of tomato sauce, depending on how saucy you like your pizza. Then add your grated mozzarella cheese. I'm gonna do the broccoli one first, so lay down your broccoli garlic mixture and take it to your preheated oven as high as it goes for about 10 to 12 minutes. All that puffiness on the crust is all because of the cold fermentation that we did. And then do the same for your smoked sausage pizza. If your oven goes to a higher temperature, you'll get more of those charred marks on top. And that's basically it, guys. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, leave a comment also so I can know what you guys think, and make sure you subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss any of the next videos. Alright, see you next time. Bye!